Kachi Productions.
Once upon a time, in the back of every dryer, past the lint trap and through the spinning tunnel of heat, there was a secret door. Behind that door was Sock Kingdom, a land made of sugar mountains, rivers of hot cocoa, and fields of marshmallow clouds. But there was one problem. The Sock Kingdom was ruled by a terrible tyrant, Lord Chris the Overlord Sock. He was perfectly white, perfectly clean, perfectly paired, and he had one goal.
A sock is nothing if it is not perfect. No holes, no stains, no mismatched colors. I will rule a kingdom of perfection, or no kingdom at all.
So every time a sock went missing in the dryer, it wasn't lost. It was summoned into Sock Kingdom to join the fight against Lord Chris and his army of starch-stiff soldiers. That's where our hero comes in, Pink Polka Dot Sock. She wasn't perfect. She had a tiny hole at the toe and a stain shaped suspiciously like spaghetti sauce. But she was brave, and she was tired of the Overlord making every sock feel ashamed of their differences. Her team of rebels was small but mighty. Woolly Bob, an old wool sock who grumbled constantly, but knew all the secret dryer tunnels. Stripy Steve, who'd stretched so badly he looked more like a scarf, but could lasso enemies with his loose threads. Tiny Tina, the toddler sock, so small she could sneak into places no other sock could fit. Hole-in-the-heel Harry, who insisted his hole was actually a secret speed booster. Together, they weren't perfect. They were ridiculous, but they were free. One day, Pink Sock discovered something terrible. Lord Chris had captured her best friend, Blue Sock. Blue wasn't just her pair. Blue was her heart sock, her partner in mischief, the one who had always made her feel whole. Without Blue, Pink felt incomplete, but Woolly Bob reminded her.
Listen, lass. You don't need to be matched to be whole. You just need courage and friends.
Of course, Pink ignored him. She wanted Blue back. So, the rebels set out on the most dangerous mission of their lives, sneaking into the Overlord's fortress, the Ironing Palace. To reach the palace, they had to cross the Candy Gauntlet, a mountain made of peppermint sticks so slippery that socks often slid right off. Woolly Bob tried to warn them.
Mind your step. Rush, and you'll tumble.
But Pink was impatient.
We don't have time,
She shouted and dashed forward. Of course, she slipped. Down she went, bouncing off gumdrops until she landed face first in a caramel puddle. The others rescued her, but she was sticky for the rest of the day. Stripy Steve teased.
Guess you're a caramel swirl sock now.
They all laughed, even Pink, but she learned the first lesson. Don't be late, but don't rush either. Timing matters. At last, they stormed the Ironing Palace. The air smelled like steam and starch. Socks marched in perfect rows, white and pressed. On a giant throne sat Lord Chris, gleaming like polished ivory. He sneered.
Look at you. Stains, holes, faded colors. You are unworthy of being socks.
Pink stepped forward.
we may not match. We may not be perfect, but we are kind. We are fun. And we are stronger because of it.
The rebels charged. The battle was messy, literally. Tiny Tina tied shoelaces together. Hole-in-the-heel Harry zoomed through gaps. Stripy Steve tripped guards with his long threads. And Woolly Bob, the old sock no one listened to, shouted.
Aim for the starch machine. That's what keeps him stiff.
This time, Pink listened. She leapt, spun, and, with her spaghetti sauce stain blazing like a badge, ripped out the machine's plug. The palace shook. The starch vanished. And Lord Chris sagged into a floppy, wrinkled mess. The rebels celebrated. They had won a battle, freed many socks, including Blue, and weakened the Overlord. But the war was not over. Pink polka dot sock stood tall before the crowd, her stain glowing proudly.
We've shown that kindness and courage can defeat even starch and steam. But Lord Chris will return. And until he is gone, Socks will keep being summoned to fight for freedom in Sock Kingdom.
The socks erupted in cheers so loud that, somewhere in the clueless world, 100 dryers rattled at once. And that's why, even today, socks still go missing. They are not lost. They are not forgotten. They are soldiers of the Sock Kingdom, fighting for kindness, courage, and the beauty of being perfectly mismatched.